My name's Dave DeBow, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content. Hey folks, welcome back. Today's zooming in from Temecula, California, which is about an hour north of San Diego. We've got a young and upcoming real estate entrepreneur in the multifamily space, Hayden Duer. And Hayden is a syndicator and a co-GP. He and his partner are getting things rolling in the small to medium-sized apartment building space. So Hayden, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Thanks so much. I'm glad to be here. Appreciate it.
So Hayden, give me a little snapshot of what real estate investing looked like for you and your partner Q1 2025. What do you have in the portfolio at the moment?
Right now, we have a 10-unit apartment complex in Tucson, Arizona. We started investing in multifamily about a year ago and closed on that property in May of last year. And then
so just coming up on your first year with that property. Good.
Yeah, exactly. And so we are on top of that, we're searching for new opportunities. So we are throwing in new or more offers every week. It's things are tough to stick, but we're definitely working on it.
Well, let's walk through that first deal, because that's always the most exciting one. Even when down the line you're getting into much bigger properties, that first one always holds a special place in your heart. So tell me a little bit about that one. First of all, it's 10 units. It's in Tucson, Arizona, you told me.
Correct.
Question number one, how did you find it?
So I found it with broker relationships. So when I first started in multifamily, we had a mentor that we have a mentor that we've been working with, and he basically just said, hop on the phone and talk to as many brokers as you can. So that's what to get started. So that's what we did. We hopped on the phone, talked, every single week with the same 3, 4, 5, 10 brokers, it seemed like. And so finally, one came available, and it was a little pre-market, right before it hit the market. And we were able to put in an offer right before it went on market, and got it wrapped up and got into contract.
In single family, that's called a pocket listing. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, no, it was great. It's very lucky.
Okay, so I want to unwrap that a little bit, Hayden, because there's lots to learn there. So, question for you. You say you're calling 7, 8, 9 brokers every week after week, until one of them finally paid attention and gave you guys an opportunity.
Yeah.
How did you get them to answer the phone week after week after week without getting annoyed?
Well, that's the trick. It was not easy. I definitely did annoy quite a few of them, but I was at the point where it's like, hey, it's time to go. It's time to. I really want to do this, and I want to do this long term. So, where we plan to go in my head, where we plan to go, they're going to want to answer the phone. I mean, I say that, I don't want to say that braggadociously. I just mean, I want to buy deals, and that's what they want to do. So, just calling as many times as I can. And just the hardest thing for me towards the more and more I talked to more and more of them, was figuring out what to say to keep them interested and to keep them answering the phone. So,
right.
But one major thing was looking at the deals that they did have, underwriting those and telling them, I like this deal. It's not particularly what we're looking for, but do you have anything else? And just continuing that conversation was key for us.
That's really smart, right? So they'd send you some opportunities to see what you would do with them, to see if you look at them, if you get back to them. So the smart thing you did was you paid attention to the opportunities they sent you, and even the crappy ones, you got back to them about them and said, hey, thanks so much. Here's what we liked about this deal. Here's what we don't like so much about this deal. Do you have anything that fit this criteria? So that way they knew you're serious. So that's good. You're doing your homework and you're showing them that you were not just a flash in the pan. How did you get them to take you seriously? It's that catch-22, right? You didn't have any track record Well, you did because you come from, we were talking offline, you come from a property management background, but you
Hmm.
didn't have, with your company, you didn't have any track record. How did you
Hmm.
kind of overcome that hurdle?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we, as I mentioned, we are in a mentorship group.
Mm,
So kind of leveraging our mentor as well as the mentor mentees in the community,
yeah.
saying we partner, we partner with other mentees uh, to close on these deals. On
Mhm.
top of that, just going out to the properties and going out and meeting, shaking hands, and a lot. When you're in that smaller space, a lot of these brokers understand that your first you very well could be a first time investor in multifamily. So if you show enough interest and you do call time and time again, they may show you some properties to get you in front to see what you do and see how you do and give you a shot.
Nice. All right. So that 10 unit, um, you're able to get that kind of as a pocket listing. Any big surprises going through that process?
Uh, a little bit, yeah. So
Yeah.
it was a value add project. So we had four of the 10 units that we needed to renovate. Two of
Mhm.
them were two of those four units were in the process. The other six had been completed. And the current owner, he was an older guy. He had his own project management team and construction team working on it. He spent an astronomical amount. He spent $100,000 per unit
Oh,
to renovate these units. And
wow.
so he was in the middle of doing two of the units, and that using his and he had spent about 2 years to do those six units. So having those contractors who are used to that slower timeline and large pockets was a hurdle to get over. And even before that, before we got to the closing table, raising the money was another huge because it was a syndication. So raising the
Yeah.
money was another huge hurdle. We lost uh, $250,000 7 days before closing in soft commitments,
Ah, yeah.
which was a tough hurdle to come over. I know it is common, but at the time it was not
Well,
common
if you
to us.
haven't
And
done it before, it's a disaster for sure. Even if you
yes,
have done it before, it's still a disaster.
some sleepless
Okay,
nights.
interesting. So, considering how much the guy had spent on renovations on this property, were you still able to get it at a decent price?
Yes, yeah, we did get it relatively at a decent price. So if you're familiar or not with Tucson, it's University of Arizona is there,
Mhm.
a large university, and then the downtown Tucson area. Tucson has over a million people in the MSA, and just west of downtown is where this is located. So it's great location, and for where it was located and the rents we were getting, we did get it at a solid price and plan to push things further along and hopefully sell
Yeah,
it for more.
yeah, for sure. So when it's all fully renovated and leased out, how much of a value bump do you think that's going to provide for you and your investors?
Yes, so we bought it at $1.34 million. And then we project that in about 5 years, 5 year hold period, it should be right around 2.1 to 2.2.
Nice.
If we could also, the alternative is they're individually parceled. So we could sell these off
Like condos.
individually. Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And if we were to sell them today individually, all renovated, they would already be at 2.1 total, which is
Okay.
where we felt really comfortable going in at.
Well, that's really smart because you got multiple exit possibilities with this property. You're not stuck with selling the whole thing to another investor. You can sell them off one by one to individual owners as well. So yeah, you got multiple exit plans there.
Absolutely.
Very, very cool, Hayden. So you and your partner, how many partners are there in your company?
Just one other. I went to college with him, and we
College
started up
buddy.
a.
Nice.
Yeah, yes, we played college baseball together, and so we got to talking about real estate investing about 2.5 years ago, and finally jumped in about a little over a year ago.
Okay, we were talking a little bit off camera that what you guys are doing is you're looking to come into uh, syndication projects as what are called co-GPs, co-general partners in deals. What do you and your partner bring to the table in those kind of situations? So it's for folks that aren't familiar with that, it's almost like doing a joint venture. So different people come together, they bring in different skill sets,
Hmm.
and together they're much stronger as a group than individually. So what do you and
Yes,
your partner bring to the table in that situation, Hayden?
absolutely. And yeah, as we know, if you want to grow, you have to partner and collaborate. And so what we bring to the table is we've done a lot of the groundwork in the research and made a lot of great connections in the markets that we're working in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
that
also
persistence of picking up the phone and calling those guys all the time, right? That's
right
paying off.
for well over a year now. So that's
Yeah.
on top of that, I come from a property management background, property and asset management background. I used to manage large apartment complexes, 250 plus units. And then on top of that, I manage my family portfolio, which has a mix of single family and retail and office space. So
Okay.
asset management is my background, and have a lot of experience there.
Very, very cool. Yeah. So that 10 units like a piece of cake for you. Yeah.
I
Compared to
wouldn't
what,
say that, but
yeah,
it's been great. It's been
comparatively, right?
for
To
sure.
the
Yes.
250 units.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's huge value. And you're talking a little bit of, you guys are pretty good at the underwriting side of things as well, and the broker relations side of things. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So right now, as we're doing this interview, it's the end of Q1 2025.
Mhm.
Where do you guys see yourself going over the next 9 to 12 months?
9 to 12 months. We're hoping to pick up another 1 to 2 projects, if not more,
Mhm.
in the 10 to 75 unit range, just pending partnerships and pending, what we can find and what we can tackle ourselves if possible. But yeah, so that's kind of where we see ourselves. We like to, or our mission and our goal is to help as many young professionals and people, our age and just a little bit older that are looking for, potential investments and getting these investments that they wouldn't normally have in front of them.
Yeah.
That's a huge and kind of educating them, and that's a huge goal of ours. And what we're passionate about is helping as many people as we can in that arena. So
That makes
that's
a
the
lot of
goal.
sense, Hayden. Well, that's who you guys are, right? So you resonate with them.
Exactly.
You completely understand that. Smart. Hayden, if people are listening to this or watching this show and they'd like to connect with you, if you were to send them to one place, what would that be? Would that be your website or LinkedIn, or where's the best place for people to connect with you?
Yeah, either our website or my personal Instagram. So our website is doerurakami.com, and then my Instagram is just my first and last name, uh, Hayden Duer. So with no spaces or anything. So
Perfect. Hayden,
mhm.
well, hey, thank you very much for sharing some of your insights. Congratulations on bringing down that first deal. I'm sure the first of many, and also being very, very clear on who you want to work with and who you want to help as far as limited partners go. So I wish you the very best. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
All right, everybody, take care. We'll see you on the next one. Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewyou.com. Now, at moneypartnerformula.com, we help real estate investors to create a process for predictably getting capital so they can do more deals without relying on hard money lenders or the banks. We do this by building them a private capital marketing system. Now, if you want help turning yourself into a big money capital attraction machine, then book a call with our team to see how we can help. Just visit moneypartnerformula.com to find out more. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the next interview.